medicine, Ayurveda, or Eastern medicine, or any other medicine. So the basic thing is good history taking. I will not discuss that in detail because we will focus on pulse, tongue, and auricular diagnosis. But some brief points about history is always focus on the complaint which brings the patient to you. आपको जो कुछ और नजर आ रहा है, आपको एज ए क्लिनिशियन, एज ए फिजिशियन, आप डेफिनेटली उसको अपने नोट्स में रखें. बट द की इज that particular complaint which brings the patient to you. If a patient comes to you with acute headache or back pain or any pain, and patient is diabetic, patient is hypertensive, is not concerned with those. If we'll treat appropriately his diabetes or blood pressure, I'm just giving the example. So if the point is we have to focus and plan our treatment according to the patient's symptoms. And acupuncture is such a beautiful and holistic treatment that it does not only treat at the physical level, it also helps on the psychological level, emotional level, and so it treats the patient on a human being, not like the Western medicine that for diabetes we are only giving either insulin or oral hypoglycemics or antihypertensive. No, we treat the human being, not just the part of the person. And now coming to the topic, pulse, tongue, and auricular diagnosis, we'll start with diagnosis. What is the normal shape of tongue? Anyone?
Heart shape.
What is the normal shape of tongue? Normal tongue is conical in shape, right? What is conical? This is conical, like a cone, right? Is this conical?
V shape.
Yes, this normal tongue is conical in shape. And what special attention we should do, we should ask the patient if it's possible just to brush the tongue. So if patient has taken some food, some hot drink like coffee or some drink like Fanta or Mirinda, the colored food, so that shouldn't interfere with our examination and diagnosis. Then we should, important thing is what season of the year is, and then what time of the day it is, and what is the age of the patient. So keep these 4 things in mind, right? Tongue infection, there are 2 important things we focus on. One is the tongue body, right? And the other is tongue coating. Okay? Tongue body is the tongue structure. What it indicates state of blood, Zangfu organs, and the condition of Ying or nutritive qi. Ying or nutritive qi is the form of qi which is transformed by the combination of the food qi and the blood coming from kidney and the original qi coming from the kidneys. That forms this nutritive qi, and it runs in the body and it nourishes all the organs and cells, right? So tongue body normal color is pink or light red. So first thing is, if the color is pink or slightly red, this is normal, right? Variations क्या हो सकती हैं? Bluish purple और reddish purple tongue body. ये इंडिकेट क्या करती है? अगर रेडिश है तो दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ हीट, और अगर रेडिश पर्पल है तो दिस इज स्टैग्नेशन एंड कोल्ड, राइट? A reddish purple tongue indicates heat and blood stagnation. What we know कि जी अगर हम blood को stagnate कर देंगे तो it gets purplish, right? So similarly, if there is stagnation in the body or in any viscera, we can have bluish or purplish spots on the tongue in the corresponding area, right? A dark reddish purple tongue that is dry usually indicate depleted fluid due to excess heat, right? If किसी को severe dehydration है और hot weather है तो you will find that is the reddish purple tongue है और plus वो क्या है, dry है. Then a light purple tongue, bluish purple or greenish purple tongue by body color can indicate cold and blood, so you don't need to go in detail that much. कुछ जो चीजें आपने देखी हैं टंग बॉडी में, दैट इज कि इसकी जो शेप है वो कॉनिकल है, इट्स अ कॉन लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, राइट? इट्स फ्रीली मोबाइल in all conditions, it's not stiff, it doesn't have any teeth marks, color is pink or light red. So these 4-5 things, if you keep in mind, that is good enough to start with, right? Then the second thing we inspect is thin coating, tongue coating, right? If we see what is tongue coating actually is. Tongue coating is the byproduct of rotten and ripening of the food which is going on in the stomach, that वो जो vapors produce होते हैं उस rotten ripening के नतीजे में, that produces tongue coating. Or if it's thin white, it's normal because we eat food 2 to 3 times a day और वो rotten ripening घंटों चलती है. और अगर हम हमारी पिंक टंग के ऊपर thin white coating, I will show the pictures in coming slide, that is normal. If it is thick white, what will it indicate? As I've said, that this is the byproduct of rotten and ripening of food, which is the function of the stomach. If because of cold, food remains there for longer times or because of liver qi stagnation, it will produce more vapors, more byproduct, and the coating will be thick white. So thick white coating indicates cold and or stagnation in stomach, right? Then yellow coating. Yellow coating, first of all, ask the patient, if you see a thin yellow coating, ask the patient whether he has eaten or drink some colored food, like he has taken tea or coffee, has taken some Mirinda or Fanta or some any Tang, something like this, or some colored food. Then if it's so, then it's normal. If it's not because of the food, it indicates heat, right? I'm talking of thin yellow coating, right? It could be because of food or drink, or it could be because of heat in stomach. But if this is thick yellow coating, that will indicate stagnation and heat in the stomach. How will that happen? That initially, if we we take foods later in the night, heavy oily foods, and then we sleep, initially the patient or the person will have the thick white coating. Once this keeps on for months and years, what will happen? That stomach will, the energy will be drained out, and what turbulence will produce? Heat and plus stagnation. So that will convert the thin coating into thick yellow coating. So normal tongue coating is what it is thin white. Thick white indicate करती है cold and stagnation को. Yellow coating either because of food or colored drink, or it could be because of heat in stomach. And if it's thick yellow, it's heat and stagnation. Right? This is the mapping of the tongue, right? So you can see this is the tip, this is the base of the tongue, right? The tip of the tongue is for upper jaw, right? The tip of the tongue is heart. Behind that, this oval area is for lungs. If you examine, see my tongue closely, you see tip is more red as compared to the rest of the tongue. You can see. Is it? It is. It is for everybody who is into the mental work, thinking, working,
Yes,
all those things. So when you are working more efficiently, mentally, right, then usually tip is slightly more red. But if it's brick or fiery red, that indicates that extreme restlessness, your mind is not at peace, right? When we talk of mind, कौन सी फैकल्टीज हैं आपकी? स्पीच, sleep, thinking, memory, awareness, overall perception, gestalt, all those things are the mental functions, right? And we all know from our physiology that heart houses mind, right? If heart is at peace, what it does will be at peace. Our mental function will have normal relations, normal emotions, or if heart function is disturbed, then we'll have disturbed mind. And similarly, because of some exogenous factors or some acute conditions, we have disturbed mind, and if we don't calm down, we keep on taking stress time and again, our heart function will be deteriorated, right? So this is the front part is, and then you can examine all those patients who have asthma or COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, right? They will have paler this area, and or they will even have with chronic condition some depression in this area. So when you examine, if it's slightly red as compared with the remaining tongue, the heart area, you can imagine in the modern age we all are doing more mental work rather than physical work, so that's normal. And then if lung, if it's acute condition, something like bacterial pneumonia or something like acute condition, will have the redness in this area of the lung. And if it's a chronic condition, we'll have either pale means less pink, and we can have depression as well. And then the major area, center of the tongue, represents spleen and stomach, right? This is mostly we examine the tongue for the function of spleen and stomach. This is this area where we find coating, right? If thin white coating, normal. Pink color, normal. Glossy appearance means shiny appearance because of saliva. This again is normal, right? No teeth marks, normal, right? Then on the sides of the central part of the tongue is liver and gallbladder on both sides, right? And if you see patients who are more prone to anger, who are angry, who are anxious, who are depressed, right, hypochondriac personalities, you can have more reddish areas with swollen this part, or even in chronic condition where there is liver blood stagnation, will have purplish or blackish spots in this area, right? Then base of the tongue indicates kidney, bladder, small intestine, large intestine. So this is the upper jaw, front of the tongue. Middle major part is the middle jaw, spleen, stomach, liver, gallbladder, liver, gallbladder on sides, and spleen stomach in the middle, and then base of the tongue is small and large intestine. This is, you can see the thin white coating, no teeth marks, right? And these are the pictures. They were shared in a group a couple of days back, and so I'm using these pictures. Thank you, Dr. Sayyid Fazul Hassan, for sharing these pictures. Then the next condition can be chi deficiency. अगर हम बात करें chi deficiency की overall symptoms क्या होती हैं? It's fatigue. कि आपका जो पेशेंट है वो थोड़ा सा काम करके थक जाता है, पुअर एपिटाइट, कि भूख कम लगती है, स्पॉन्टेनियस स्वेटिंग, शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रेथ विद एक्सर्शन, कॉन्टिन्यूसली थिंक करता रहता है, उसको समझ भी नहीं आ रही होती कि क्या सोच रहा हूँ या सोच रही है, और बहुत ज्यादा वरी करता है, परेशान रहता है, फियर ऑफ अननोन, वरिंग अबाउट अननोन थिंग. तो दिस इज बेसिकली the general symptoms of chi deficiency. अगर हम टंग को एग्जामिन करें तो क्या है, यू सी, इसके अगर हम ऊपर वाली के साथ कंपेयर करें, दिस इज दी पिंक, नॉर्मल पिंक कलर और लाइट रेड, राइट. एंड अगर हम इसको इसके साथ कंपेयर करेंगे, दिस इज नॉट एक्चुअली पेल बट इज लेस पिंक, राइट. It's not shiny, it's not glossy, it has red marks, and then you can see teeth marks, right? When there is chi deficiency, that means yang deficiency. और yang या chi जो है वो fluid को mobilize करता है. जब chi deficiency होगी तो fluid mobilize नहीं होगा, fluid accumulate करेगा, और tongue जो है slightly swollen होगी, और जब वो swollen होगी तो वो teeth के against जो है वो press करती है, तो you will find the teeth marks on the sides of the tongue. और अगर हम ऑर्गन की बात करें तो कौन से ऑर्गन की डेफिशिएंसी में हमें टीथ मार्क्स मिलते हैं? वरिंग, ओवर थिंकिंग, ये किसके फंक्शंस हैं? स्प्लीन के. सो यू कैन रिलेट सो मेनी थिंग्स. कि पेशेंट आता है, आपको टंग दिखाता है, यू सी कि इट्स अ पेलर टंग, शाइनी नहीं है, उस पर ये रेडिश स्पॉट्स हैं, और मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली उस पर टीथ मार्क्स हैं. You can definitely without asking, you can know this person will be fatigued. Again, appetite is the function of spleen. Then central chi, sweating, right? Shortness of breath due to lack of energy. All those things are spleen deficiency. And this is basically spleen chi deficiency, right? Then yin deficiency or fluid deficiency. When we talk of yin deficiency, this is basically stomach yin deficiency, right? Or heart yin deficiency. उसको differentiate हम करेंगे definitely कि जी हमने ये suppose कि इस patient ये आ गया है इस tongue के साथ. अब मैं कैसे differentiate करूँगा? ये differentiate करूँगी कि जी this is stomach yin deficiency or heart yin deficiency. First we come to the features. There is very little or no coating. It's red, and especially, right? And then there are cracks, right? So this is one picture. इसमें अगर आप देखें जो heart वाला area है, this is fiery red. See? This upper jaw, whole upper jaw is more red, and the middle jaw area is not that red. Okay? So heat in this area means heat affecting the heart, right? Causing heart yin deficiency, right? So ये जो symptoms हैं, hot flushes, night sweating, insomnia, irritability, ringing in the ears, menopause, irregular menstruation, all these things will be related, right? And if, on the other hand, we see a patient whose this thing is normal, but this is more red, and there are not cracks like this. That will be stomach yin deficiency. Stomach yin deficiency का patient किस तरह से present करता है? There is absolutely no coating here, right? Patient खाना खाता है, उसको थोड़ी देर बाद फिर भूख लग जाती है. If we talk of endocrinology, I'm not endocrinologist, but generally जो hyperthyroid patients हैं, जिनकी appetite ज़्यादा है, जिनका BMI ज़्यादा है, BMR ज़्यादा है, not BMI is BMR, basal metabolic rate, वो ज़्यादा है, और plus so that is basically stomach yin deficiency. और so generally अगर yin deficiency है तो we'll find कि जी little or no coating, क्रैक्स हैं, रेड टंग है, ऑल दो थिंग. और अगर हार्ट इन्वॉल्व है तो हमें ये सिम्टम्स मिलेंगे. स्टमक इन्वॉल्व है, इंक्रीज्ड एपिटाइट, इंक्रीज थर्स्ट, और वो टाइप 2 डायबिटीज जब अनकंट्रोल्ड होती है तो वो उसके साथ भी रिलेट करता है. पॉलीफेजिया, polyuria, all those things. Then next pathology of the tongue is damp retention, right? Damp या phlegm retention. Again, कब होगी? दो वजह से होगी. अगर continuously हम damp season में damp conditions में काम करेंगे, या हम damp foods जो हैं, highly spicy foods हैं, उनको हम continuously नाश्ते में पराठे खाए, दोपहर में we take oily spicy foods with मैदा, naan, all those things, and again late night खाना खाया लेट के, that will cause damp retention in stomach, right? और उसकी वजह से क्या हमें मिलेगा? हमें white and greasy coating. This is thick white coating, and then tongue will be swollen, and we may have teeth marks in the later condition, but will not have the teeth marks in the initial condition. But once it persists and tongue is swollen, इसका size increase करता है, वो teeth के against जब persistently पड़ी रहेगी, तो जो teeth marks हैं वो chronic condition में आएंगे, जैसे हमने पहली तस्वीर में कहा, जहाँ पे chronic spleen chi या chi deficiency है. तो इस damp retention में क्या होता है? Patient is bloated, उसको ऐसे जैसे पेट भरा भरा है, अफारा जिसको हम कहते हैं. There is fullness in chest, fullness in abdomen, feels heavy के लाइक के लिए उसने 10 मन वजन उठाया हुआ है, lethargic, यदि थोड़ा सा चलेगा थक जाएगा. So again, damp retention, basically food, आप जब ऑयली स्पाइसी फूड्स कॉन्टिन्यूसली खाते हैं, इरेगुलर है, वॉक एक्टिविटी नहीं है, डाइजेशन प्रॉपर नहीं है, तो उसकी वजह से ये सारे फीचर्स आएंगे. देन yang डेफिशिएंसी, राइट? yang डेफिशिएंसी में हमें टंग में क्या मिलेगा? अगेन थिक वाइट कोटिंग, सी, एंड देन पेल is not that pink, it's pale pink, ठीक है ना, and swollen as well, right? क्या होता है पेशेंट का? पेशेंट को क्या करता है जी? फील कोल्ड easily, always need warmth, pale complexion, will complain of low back pain, tendency to panic, थोड़ी थोड़ी सी छोटी छोटी सी बात पे हार्ट बीट होता है, पैनिक एपिसोड, emotionally low esteem, patient can have impotence, infertility, all those things. Then this is the last condition. I hope you are not overdoing it because it's more than 75 minutes. We'll take another 15 minutes maximum. This condition shows when it's heat, it's yellow coating, right? And if it's heat with stagnation, this coating will be thick, right? It will be yellow, but it will be thick. So simple heat is thin yellow coating. Heat and stagnation is thick yellow coating. And the tongue would be red. See? Overall red tongue. Then patient will sweat easily, will be constipated due to lack of yin or fluid, will be irritable because Why will be patient irritable? We all know that heart is the house of mind, and heart blood provides cushion for mind to stay in the heart or house. So when it will be fluid deficiency, that will be blood deficiency, or heart blood deficiency will lead to all these symptoms, right? Patient will be irritable, जल्दी गुस्सा आएगा, चीजें बर्दाश्त नहीं होंगी, नींद नहीं आएगी, so many different things, right? So मैं briefly एक दफा फिर दिखाता हूँ, आप इसको खुद से भी देख सकते हैं बाद में. This is the normal tongue, thin white coating, appearance pink, no teeth marks, freely mobile, and all those things. Then deficiency, chi deficiency, especially spleen chi deficiency, teeth marks, red marks, thick yellow, white coating hair, right, and all those things. Then gene deficiency, you see red, agar heart involved hai, this part is red, agar stomach involved hai, this part would be red. Then all these conditions. Then damp heat means, again white greasy coating, then swollen tongue, initially no teeth marks, later on teeth marks. Then heat, yellow coating, agar heat plus stagnation hai, to thick yellow coating hogi, then these conditions, right? And again, before going to the last section, Dr. Chetna, if there are any questions, we can take those questions.
Anybody have any question, please? You have explained very nicely, sir. I think nobody wants to ask anything. So please, you proceed further.
Whether I have explained very nicely or whether I have explained nothing. So
no. It's really nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So next is ear or auricular diagnosis and few points about auricular acupuncture as well.
Dr. Sayyad?
Yes, sir.
Sir, एक डॉक्टर साहब ने हाथ रेज किया, क्वेश्चन करना चाहते हैं.
सर.
चल मैं तां चेतना.
Yes, sir.
एक बेटे वो डॉक्टर ने बीच में से हाथ रेज किया था, उनको बोल दो बेटे. श्याम सुंदर जी हैं.
एक सेकंड.
सर मैं लेक्चर
Mr. Shyam Sundar ji, if you want to ask anything, please unmute here and ask the question.
ठीक है. हाँ. So any questions? Sorry.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you. I just wanted to know whether the recording of this will be available to us for further understanding.
Yes, sir. This will be available on the page, Dr. D.N. Cortes Hospital YouTube page. It will be available there. So don't worry about the details. You just ask the question if you want to ask to Dr. Shehzad.
Yes, question is in case of the heart problem, if it is heart is going to be just smash, I mean to say heart attack, how will you understand with the tongue?
Sir, I will explain that, but we should, as a practitioner, there is no modality which is as comprehensive as to cover all the emergencies. So heart attack is an extreme emergency. That will never give us that time that so we can examine tongue or something like that. But in severe heart attack, it's basically the blood stagnation, right? So in specific part that some clot or something like that that obstructs blood flow to certain part of the heart. So in that, so we can have some acute purplish or some acute paleness on the tip of the tongue. That is one thing. But my request to all is the best thing I like about the Western medicine is the emergency care and the surgical care. Acupuncture is not meant to treat acute MIs or acute. We can give some points, right? we can ask the attendant, you can press heart 7, pericardium 4 for emergency. This will definitely can give, add some time to the patient while he is being shifted to a tertiary care or any emergency facility where he will be treated or she will be treated appropriately. So we should never ever try to treat acute emergencies in a way that we can handle those with acupuncture. The only thing is there are certain emergency points which can help and can save the lives, but patient should be shifted by giving those points, or we can ask the patient to keep rubbing heart 7 from heart 7 area to heart 5 area like this, and then one point is pericardium 4 because that immediately dilates blood coronary arteries, which is the cause of heart attack. So pressing pericardium 4 and massaging heart 7 to heart 5 area can help, but taking the patient to the emergency or performing some intervention or giving streptokinase or some other medicine will help a lot. Any other questions, sir?
No, that's all, sir. Thank you very much. So nice and very nicely explained, sir.
Sir, my pleasure.
Sir. Anybody else wants to say anything?
Yes, madam. Sir, namaste. In tongue, sir, we will see straight line. What it will indicate, sir?
What in tongue we have seen?
Straight line in middle.
Right. Lines or cracks, right? Again, I have omitted that, but normally we can see a central crack. It's not very deep. That is indicative of mental function. Again, that you are working like teaching, reading, being physician, all these things are that you are continuously working mentally, right? Then if we have deep crack in the tongue, central, that usually we see in bipolar disorders, in patients with chronic depression and especially schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. Then if we see specific cracks in the specific area, like in the area of spleen and stomach, that will indicate a chronic condition of that. The cracks in the tongue are indicative of the chronic condition. First, if there is deep central crack, this is the dysfunction of heart and mind, right? Bipolar disorder. If there are horizontal cracks, not a vertical crack like this indicative if in the area of spleen and stomach, dysfunction or chronic dysfunction, then cracks on the sides, dysfunction of liver and gallbladder, then in the area of lung. And so you can relate those cracks to the chronic dysfunction. Any other thing?
Yes. Hello, one question, sir. If the tongue is like geographical tongue, like map, somewhere is a coating and some is very shiny. Yes. So what
geographical tongue is usually indicative of autoimmune conditions. Autoimmune conditions means those diseases in which body's immune system, due to some unknown cause or unknown pathology, it starts fighting with the body itself. There are so many different conditions: multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylosis. Usually, geographical tongue is related with the autoimmune condition, but in certain families, you find geographical tongue without any obvious reason. So it can be non-symptomatic as well, but generally it is related with the autoimmune conditions.
The patient has a severe acidity, so the tongue is like this. So severe acidity.
Yes, it can be, no doubt.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Should we move?
Haji, Dr. Shahzad, good evening.
गुड इवनिंग छोटे भाई।
हाँ जी डॉक्टर साहब, मेरी सुई वहीं पे अटकी हुई है। आपने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा था भी आप बाद में पूछेंगे अबाउट रैपिड एम्प्टी पल्स। तो वेरी वेल एक्सप्लेन्ड एवरीथिंग एज यूजुअल, पर ये जो आपने थोड़ा सा वो
That is to keep all of you awake.
आपने बोला था कि it could be so what could be, whether it is a like yin deficiency or something like, है ना, उसमें दो चीजों में थोड़ा सा है।
क्या था मेरा, जरा बताइएगा।
आपने बोला था एम्प्टी रैपिड जो पल्स है उसमें दो चीजें हो सकती है। रैपिड एंड एम्प्टी पल्स, उसमें दो चीजों में कंफ्यूजन हो सकती है।
यस।
तो वो दो चीजें कौन सी है? इन माय ओपिनियन वेदर वन इज यिन डेफिशिएंसी आई थिंक, एंड व्हाट इज द अदर वन? या तो अगर उसमें हम टंग भी साथ में देखेंगे तो हमें कोरिलेट हो जाएगा, है ना?
Yes. That was my point कि जी जब हम ये बाकी चीजें करेंगे उसको हम रिलेट करेंगे टंग के एग्जामिनेशन से, हिस्ट्री से, पेशेंट की प्रेजेंटेशन से, और प्लस आपकी जो बाकी दो टूल्स हैं, आपका ऑरिकुलर एग्जामिनेशन एंड द टंग एग्जामिनेशन। ब्यूटीफुली सेड सर, थैंक यू। So next is auricular diagnosis. Right, this is the normal shape of the ear, और अगर हम इसको देखें तो this is exactly the same shape. This shape में the fetus is placed in the uterus, head and face downward. Then this is the neck, then chest, your lumbosacral area, your sciatic area, your hips, knees, your lower limb. And then this area is the upper limbs, and this is the upper jaw, right? This whole is the middle jaw, and this is the pelvis, right? So this is how we represent ear in the traditional Chinese medicine, right? This next picture will show you so many things, right? So this area, what is it is called? Right. So this represents, you can see your eyes, what is your face, and then this area represents cortex, right? This is for your brain, right? And then this bigger part is your upper jaw, then this whole area is your middle jaw, and then this is your pelvis or internal genitalia, then your spine, cervical spine, dorsal spine, lumbosacral spine, then your lower limb, all this, right? And if there is any pathology of, if we know this map, right? Like Dr. Kalra said, he palpated the patient and said, he said it's L5S1 or L5 disc root between the L5 and S1. Similarly, if we can examine the ear and we know that this area corresponds to this area corresponds to this area, this nerve, this part of the body, this internal organ, we can so accurately judge, along with combining this knowledge and information with the pulse and tongue. Believe me, if we learn these 3 arts, we can save millions and billions of rupees which are unduly spent on non-relevant investigations and a lot of economic burden. This always helps. Right? If patient comes to you with the severe pain coming from lower back to the back of hip and back of thigh and going down to the foot, right? And you find something here, you don't need to go for an MRI, right? Because we don't have to treat the MRI, we have to treat the patient, right? right? For those, we will select the points that will, in a combination like this, like if I will always go for the crossing points, I will start with the 60 and then cross it with SI3. And if there is clear सर जी चुप कर जाओ.
Please, somebody has unmuted his speaker. Please mute it.
Thank you. Right? So, if this is the presentation, right? What will MRI will help me? Nothing. Right? And it costs thousands of rupees. और कुछ लोगों को इतना फोबिया बेचारों को कि it's going into a tunnel, coming out, so many difficulties, right? So if we can examine this and then perform couple of tests like कि patient को हम सीधा लेटा के उससे क्योंकि अगर वो टांग सीधी उठाएगा और अगर वो 30 डिग्री और 65 डिग्री के बीच में उसको पेन आएगी टांग में और कमर में, that is definitive of sciatic nerve being compressed by the disc, right? So what we'll do will we can prick the needle on this area starting from here like this, और फिर अगर हमें sciatic nerve पे specifically काम करना है, this area is called the scaphoid fossa. इसका ये जो निचला ridge है, this is for sciatic nerve. So what I will do is I will prick one needle here, and the technique is we don't have to go deep. It should be above the cartilage and below the skin, right? कि बिल्कुल लेटा के needle लगानी है like this, lying down, ठीक है? और then I will prick the needle from here till here, right? Again, मुझे उसकी जो depth है, उसकी जो thickness है, वो skin के नीचे नजर आनी चाहिए. In addition to this, I can use a point called Shinman, that is the most strong anti-inflammatory painkiller point in the body. And then we can use, क्योंकि जितने लोगों को severe pain होती है, वो anxious होते हैं, tense होते हैं, we can use subcortex point to relax the mind, and then we can use liver point to improve blood flow to the muscles. So choosing these few needles, if we just using the auricular acupuncture, we can treat, and trust me, if we prick the needle on appropriate position and we just stimulate it, there is no medicine in the world that is so quick. Within seconds, patient's pain is relieved remarkably. There are so many published papers which compare the onset of pain relief between auricular acupuncture and fast-acting injectable painkillers, whether those are narcotic and IV or intramuscular. This is the fastest pain relief and strongest in most of the cases. So ये हम तभी कर पाएंगे if we learn, और इसमें हमें changes different किस्म की we can find the changes. Like कि जी वहाँ पे अगर acute condition है तो we'll feel some red vessel, some redness, some हमें वहाँ पे कोई उभार type चीज, some blood vessel, we'll find it different from the adjacent area. This is for acute. We can see hyperemia or redness of the skin. We can see swelling in that particular area. We can see a blood vessel in light colored skin people. And in chronic conditions, changes would be opposite. What would be the changes? Like skin will be more pale. There could be a depression there or some pallor. So always focus. And before we examine, always ask the patient that he or she should rub the ears, right? So rubbing the ears will relax, will improve the blood flow, and after the massage is done, then give a minute or so, then start examining the ear, right? If कोई cervical का issue है, this is the area. Dorsal spine, thoracic spine है, तो this is the area. lumbosacral spine, this is the area, knee ka area, this is the knee area, this is the shoulder, upper limb, lungs. You can see you can always examine people with chronic systemic conditions. If somebody is chronic ischemic disease, right, you will find a typical depression here, right? Chronic lung disease ke patients may you will find failure in this area and this area, right? And one more diagnostic point just came into my mind seeing this picture. This represents, you can see my arrow moving. This represents bronchioles or bronchi, which are being damaged by the COVID coronavirus, right? And this is the lungs overall. So this examining this area can help us whether this patient, usually the PCR reports takes 1 day to come back, right? And if you are suspicious of that somebody is having COVID, or you can examine this area. If you find some changes in this area, just adjacent to the whole of the ear, yes, you can, and then you can examine it and relate it with the normal person. We can even publish papers on this. I will definitely ask my medicine people, my medical physician friends, let's work on this. You can do all, right? And then for acute sore throat, there is one tip we were taught in Beijing that this is the area of the tongue, apex of the tongue, and this is the base in general, right? If you massage this area, right, and then just prick with a very fine needle, 25, 27 gauge needle, or the pricker we use to check the sugar level, and bleed couple of points, 3 to 4 points maximum. Immediately, the most severe sore throat will improve, right? It's much safer to prick ear apex rather than to bleed lung 10, because lung 10 is in the area where, from reflexology point of view, your pituitary gland is. And if you bleed lung 10, it's more painful, and if you drain the pituitary area, so many complications. So for acute sore throat, which is not responding to medicine, or you don't want to give antibiotics, so giving this along with heat lowering points like LI 11, stomach 44, stomach 40, GB20, all those points you can treat to all those conditions. Right? It can be used for a wide range of indications, good therapeutic effects, convenient for everyday use, and easy to perform, same and virtually no side effects if done with properly disposable or sterilized needles. Right? You can go through these slides later on. And right, and again, if you have to generally tonify the person, right, either we can massage the whole ear, right, or you can put rice seeds on the tape and place those seeds on this area or round it small magnets, and just tell the patient to press it once or twice a day. This is excellent for preventive healthcare. Thank you so very much for being so patient. If there are any questions regarding auricular diagnosis or auricular treatment, I'm here. Because of 5 minutes, then I have to leave. Some friends are waiting for me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Shehzad, this is Dr. Anish Gupta. Hello.
Yes, yes, Anish.
I want to know if you have any point regarding shoulder pain with immediate relief, because I'm having pain since last 2 months. My orthopedician was saying this is tendinitis, but I am not sure.
Your pain, Dr. Anish?
Hello, pardon me?
In your elbow?
No, shoulder. Just I am right shoulder. Just right? I am unable to lift just like this. Is a backward movement. It is very painful. It all suddenly appear while doing some exercise, and after that it is continuous. So
right. So the 2 points are only 2 points. Large intestine 4 or Hagu.
Okay.
You just press it with your other hand right now, and then SJ5.
Just 1 minute.
Right?
Yeah, just.
Right. This is how we do center of your thumb on this wedge, and then where your tip falls, this is Hagu, and you press like this. It should be very tender. अगर आप इसको properly press कर रहे हैं,
yes, it is very tender. Yes,
right?
Yes.
It is very tender. So press it. Circular massage.
Yeah.
Like this, right?
Yes.
And for half a minute, deep massage, right? And then this point, SJ5.
Okay.
3 fingers, right?
Yes.
And then again you press it with your thumb. This again would be tender. This is slightly on the ulnar side, not on the side of the thumb, on the side of your little finger, the ulnar side, right?
Okay.
Press it, massage it, put it in front of you like this. It will be more easier. Right? And now move your.
It's painful still.
Right.
I'm paining here, this area.
Right. Then it's coming. If it's not relieved by this, then it's coming from your cervical spine, sir. It's C5, C6. Right? Get an X-ray done of the cervical spine, and then you need to treat SI3, UB60, SI3 first, UB60 later on. Then you can combine it with lung 7, K6.
There is one localized pain here. Just you can say this is localized pain.
This is LI15 actually.
Yeah.
This is LI15. Yes. So you can use all these points.
Because I have done X-rays and MRI, all that's normal. So that was saying there is.
Did you get an X-ray of the cervical spine?
Yes, that is normal.
It can't be normal. What's your age?
55.
55, right?
Yeah.
If you can share that X-ray with me right now on the screen, I will tell you what are the changes.
Right. No, it's not with me. It's not with me right now. It is in the clinic.
Okay. Ask if you have got some good radiologist friend, and ask him to comment on your facet joints. Facet joints are the joints which connect vertebra. Degeneration or spiking of those joints injure or compress the sensory branches coming from the dorsal MI, and then they come to this area, right?
Okay.
Right. So acupuncture can help a lot with this. SI3, UB60, lung 7, then give some paraspinal points, and then there is one point behind the ear. There is blade of the scapula, right? You know the anatomy of scapula on the dorsal side. There is a blade. You palpate that area. There will be most tender point.
Yes.
That
UB11.
Yes, that point is where suprascapular nerves come out of the suprascapular notch and traverse to the shoulder, right? If you prick that needle, that area, that suprascapular nerve is responsible for 80% of the supply of the shoulder, sensory supply of the shoulder joint. Pricking that point along with this LI15, and you can use always also LI4 and SJ5. So give these sessions on alternate days for the first week, then twice a week. And you can also request your physiotherapist to mobilize or unlock the facet joint. That will immediately help.
Should I need any electric stimulation with that needles or only a simple manipulation?
That will definitely help. If you can combine LI15 with that point on the back of the shoulder, that's the best thing you can do.
Okay. Let me try. Any ear point for immediate symptomatic relief?
This area.
Shoulder point. That is shoulder point. Yeah.
Yes, shoulder point. Shoulder point along with the cervical spine. 2 points.
Okay.
Basic problem is coming from cervical spine, and then it is being referred to the shoulder joint. So if you just treat the shoulder, that will be short-term relief. But if you treat both cervical and shoulder, that will be long-term relief.
I think in case if there is some cervical pain, then the pain should be related to the upper area, but there is no pain.
It's not always like
Not necessary.
It's 8 cervical nerves, right? We want to see it.
Okay.
If we have C3, then it's this area. C4, this. If it's C5, C6, it's this area.
Okay.
You are saying.
Yes.
So this is the distribution.
Okay. Thank you. I will try.
It was very good regarding ear acupuncture. The only problem I find is locating the exact points. Okay. Regarding the shoulder thing, if you use spleen 6 and gallbladder 38, opposite side of your leg, your arm will go up. That's one suggestion. Number 2, when you're talking about C5, C6, from my experience, C7, even T2 and T3 will have pain in the upper arm. Okay? Right? And if it is not there, it is most likely, I would say 80 to 90%, is not coming from his spine.
Okay.
Dr. Kalra,
Yes.
how would C1, C2 will be referred to the shoulder, sir?
I never said that. I said
you said right.
T1 and T2.
We
I
can
said
see the
T1 and
recording.
T2
You
and
said even
T3.
C1, C2 pain will be referred. How come?
Well, it goes toward your shoulder blade.
C1,
And-
C2, even C3.
I'm not talking about C. I'm sorry. I'm talking about T, thoracic area.
Thoracic area.
Yes, T.
T1, T2.
Area.
T1, T2 is dorsal scapular nerve,
That's right.
right? And
So
dorsal
it can
scapular
stop you
nerve
raising the arm.
is in between the scapula and going to the front of the chest. Anyways, right. Thank you.
Sir, my
That's my
question.
comment from my experience. Spleen 6 and gallbladder 38, if you stimulate that, somebody has to stimulate the opposite of the leg, generally the arm will go up.
I have tried many times, but there is no response in stomach 38.
Is the stomach 38 point. If you do a quick needling and then keep moving, that's just for the overhead abduction, like this, right? That is for frozen shoulder, where our supraspinatus, due to blood flow or due to aging process, it's calcified or something like that. Then that stomach 38 is the key point.
Key point. Yeah.
But yes. In this, so you have to combine all those things.
The other
Yes,
comment
ma'am, you are
was
asking
you can get stud needle these days, which you can put on ear acupuncture, and the person can keep them up to a week, which are very, very useful.
Yes.
Sir, my question. How long this ear press needle? कितनी देर रख सकते हैं press
You
needle?
can keep up to 1 week. You have to listen to your pain. If there is a pain, you should take it out. But generally, if we're talking from infection point of view, you can keep up to a week.
Well, it again will vary from season to season. In hot weather, we shouldn't keep it for more than a day or two. In winter, we can keep it for longer days. Because in summer we'll have sweating, all those things, and we can have some sweat going into the throat. That will be damaging. So it depends.
At a time, how many needles can? At a time, how many?
If you can see the last slide I shared, you can prick up to 5 to 7 needles.
Okay.
But pricking needles is not the key. You have to select the points, whether auricular or body acupuncture, according to the patient presentation and the diagnosis you make.
Okay. Like some patients is away from the city, so they come from other city, so they want ear acupressure, ear acupuncture. Like then I put this some seed and some press needle.
You can put the seed for even a week or so,
Yeah.
because that generally doesn't go inside the skin. That's superficial.
Yes.
But you can keep it for days.
I think everything is clear to everyone now.
Yes,
It's very
it is
informative.
one question, please.
Yes, you can ask, please. Last question.
Okay, I'm Dr. Verma. So I wanted to ask, what is the treatment for tinnitus? The voices in the ear.
Right. What age group, sir?
Age group 72.
Right. So what comes to your mind first? Ear is related with?
Liver.
Kidney.
No, sorry, kidney.
Right?
Ear is related with kidney, yeah.
Aging is basically kidney deficiency, right?
Okay. Yeah,
and
correct.
Tinnitus, again, ears are related with kidney. So from systematic point of view, we need to tonify kidney. Okay?
Yeah.
A3, A6, because in that age group, it's the kidney yin deficiency, right?
Yeah.
So these are the systemic points. For symptomatic points, SJ5, triple heater 5 or Sanjio 5, don't remember the Chinese name, that is the key, because this stimulating this area will immediately improve blood flow in all inner, middle, and superficial layer, right? One thing. And secondly, here the 3-in-1. That front of the tip, we prick the needle from above downwards. That keeping all those 3 points pricked simultaneously, and then 1 point behind the ear. This will help. In addition to this, if you have a soft laser or a probe like this, you can use that in the ear hole and stimulate it for 90 seconds or more. So giving this twice a week will improve the patient. But always tonify kidney to treat tinnitus in aged patients. If it's a young patient, because of some other pathology, then SJ5 and local points will do good enough.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Very nicely explained, sir.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. We would like your phone number, sir. Your email address.
Sir, it's 0092 300 940049. You can WhatsApp me any question. I will try to reply.
Sir, 0092 300
0092 300
940049. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Dr. Shehzad, one more query.
Everyone, I may beg leave, sir. Now, I have to leave my friends. They will kill me if I don't go out.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir.
Part of this wonderful people. Thank you so much.
It was really very good.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Very nice presentation. Very informative. I think everything is clear to everyone now. And the whole lecture is available on the page of Dr. D.N. Kotnis Hospital. So you want to go for a thorough knowledge, you can share it over there and get your knowledge increased.
I think let's all of us put our hands together to thank and congratulate Dr. Shehzad, whom I have always considered the best teacher I have ever come across, and for such a very effective condensed course in entire acupuncture today. Thank you, Dr. Shehzad.
Thank you very much, sir.
Dr. Tuli,
it's excellent.
Long live Dr. Shehzad. Long live Dr. Shehzad.
Dr. Tudi, may I ask you something?
Sure, sir.
Just I want to discuss with my case with you also regarding shoulder pain. Do you have any experience in this like this?
You see, I think Dr. Shehzad has given you a lot of information. So he's made a very pertinent point that the shoulder, very often the shoulder, upper limb, or in the brachial plexus region, the pains may be originating from the cervical spine. And
because I think that my pain is totally localized on the LA15, because when I giving some laser to this point, the pain goes for approximately 1 to 2 hours. After that, it reappears.
Okay.
So I don't think so.
मैंने कहा अपने घर की मुर्गी है दिन में 4 बारी कर लो या कौन कहता है?
नहीं, मैं वो कह रहा हूँ प्रॉपर वे में भी पूरा सेटल नहीं हो रहा. 2 months हो गए ना. दैट इज वेरी हॉरिबल फॉर मी. अब बढ़ता जा रहा है. मैंने कहा कुछ ऐसा कुछ अदर पॉइंट हो जैसे डिस्टल पॉइंट वी कैन ट्राई. तो क्योंकि जनरली लोकलाइज पॉइंट इट इज डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी टू नीडिंग फॉर मी.
You can try SI3.
डॉक्टर अनीश मेरे को आ जाओ. हेलो. थैंक यू वेरी मच. डॉक्टर अनीश मेरे को आ जाओ आप. ठीक है. नहीं होया तो पाकिस्तान चले जाएंगे.
पीआरपी करांगे. मेरा ख्याल है पीआरपी विल हेल्प यू.
नो प्रॉब्लम, वी कैन गो देयर. थैंक यू डॉक्टर शहजाद. Really very informative, and we have a no word how we do the thanks. It's a very knowledgeable for the tongue diagnosis, pulse diagnosis, and tips you have given. It is very encourageable for everyone, and hope so. Whenever you want the whole PPTC, you can see on the prescribe my YouTube channel, Dr. Inderjeet Dhingra. That is available, and so every lecture before and after, you get it on my YouTube channel. And one more information for you advance, on the 7th February and 3:30 we will meet again, and Dr. Tilak from Australia will be giving one presentation regarding the one disease that will be disclosed after a few days. And next Sunday, I am also planning for one presentation. This is related with the COVID, sinusitis and allergy problems can be cured with the acupuncture. Hopefully, everyone will be enjoy. Definitely do the practice. Whatever you want to be knowledge from anyone, everyone is ready, because we have no word of thanks to what Dr. Shehzad. So,
thanks to you, Dr. Saab. Thanks to you for this great initiative. Thanks to you.
So hopefully, and when the poverty will be over, then we will do some seminar on the practical, as we have already planned, but due to the situation is not permitted us. And thank you once again. And one suggestion for Dr. Anish, you try the SI3.
Yes, I have tried SI3.
No, opposite side, other side.
Okay.
And manipulate and do the exercises. This point is only I got it from the learn from the China. It is effective for the shoulder problem.
That is effective for the stiffness also. I am trying with the stiffness. Yeah. That is
opposite side, not on the same side.
Okay. Let me
Thank you very much once again to everyone. Okay. Thanks very much. Lot of.
Now you can leave the webinar, sir.